There's plot on there.
Yeah, young lads just took that plot on over there. Me with Dynamic Dave, there he is. Right, so tonight, boys and girls, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be putting a bed in for the blueberry bushes. We've got 5 on. I'll see you later, Dave. Alright, Paul. Yeah, so we've got 5 blueberry bushes, only little babies, but we're going to give them plenty of room. And we're going to be bedding them in to this stuff, which is the ericaceous compost, the Verve ericaceous compost, which we picked up from B&Q yesterday. Okay. So the components will be them, which are 2 foot by 4 foot, and which we had left over from when we did the shed, the tiki hut. Those posts are 90 centimetres because they were 180s, and they are roughly 2 by 2. I think it's 45 by 45 or something like that, them posts that you've got there. Okay. These screws are the Performance Plus, whatever that means, which are 5 by 50 millimetres, and there's 200 in there. There's probably about 100 left in there, 120 or something like that left in there. Again, we've been using these up on the shed and whatnot. And I'll show you how we knock them together. So we're going to put 4 screws down there, 4 screws down there, 4 down there, 4 down there to hold those on. We'll have 2, in effect, we'll have 2 sort of billboard affairs. And then the bed's going to be 4 foot by 4 foot by 2 foot deep. And so we've got these 2 here to make up the sides or the ends or whatever you want to call it. But we'll put these together first. I'll just pause it now and show you these together, okay? Yeah, so that's literally about 2 minutes later, and they're all screwed in. There's 4 in each end affixing to the posts. And that's all you do. So you just put the 4 of them in. As I say, they're 90, those posts, 90 centimetres or 900 milli if you want to be a bit more accurate. Cut with a handsaw, a standard choppy handsaw, which I'll show you. If you don't know what a saw is, you're going to struggle though. But here we go. It's just a cheap old Irving one. Been using that for everything. I've actually used that more than the chop saw that I got, because it's actually 9 times out of 10 quicker to use this and straighter to use that than using the choppy saw. And there's the Makita, obviously. Beautiful buy. A wonderful pairing. Yeah, so that's that bit done. I'll cut to the next scene, where you shall see a completed box ready for hammering into the ground. Yeah, so the easiest way to do these is to turn them on their head like that. So they've got the little tail sticking up in the air. And then affix the last, one of the sideboards like that. Now it's a bit breezy tonight, so if it all falls down, then you'll have a good laugh at me. That's going to go any second, isn't it? So what we do then is just screw those in there, and Bob's your uncle. I could do with an assistant photographer. Would any of you two like to be an assistant photographer? Just while I show them how to screw these up.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah?
Yeah. What we're doing?
You've got John just doing a bit of filming. Yeah, it's dead easy, mate. You just look through the viewfinder there.
Yeah, no problem. Oops. Get my finger out of the way.
Just before it all falls down. It will all fall down at any second. So,
the wind's picking up for you.
Hey?
The wind's picking up.
I know it's going to all go any second now. It's a hoots of laughter and it. So, what we're going to do, boys and girls, is just get these side bits in. Now, it won't be exactly 4 feet long that way, because I'm going to make up the corner. If John can just come in up this little angle here, so you can see that now it would be 4 feet if it started there, but I've moved it up so it makes a butt joint to that, yeah?
Yep, so you're losing about 3/4 of an inch, aren't you?
Either side, yeah, so it's about 1.5 inches you lose either side. So that goes in. Lovely and neatly.
Cool, and I'm on this side, I guess.
Well, I'm going to do the bottom bit on this one so as it brings it in a little bit at the bottom. And then I'm going to fix this side on at the bottom there. So that's sticking out by about 10 degrees at the bottom there. So if I just shove that in, and then I can knock that across. And then you look down this, if you can move in here, John, just to this end, mate. So what happens here is you just by eye check that it's forming a flat, yeah, against the, and that's looking nice and beautiful. So then what we we do is we can fix that up now. He's knocking a little touch over. Finishes in. Eventually we're going to put 2 more in there, boys and girls. Alright.
Cool. You
so
take hold of that.
Look at that, the Glamourous assistant John is holding that perfectly well there. So that goes in there and we've got a nice neat flush meat. Just there. So if you can hold that, mate, please. That's fine, that's good. As I said, the naughty boys at Wigan Timber, as you can see, haven't cut these quite straight, 100%. But I can lift that up a little bit as I'm screwing it. So if I just start to put, I'll put one in there.
I wish I'd known about this. I would have bought shares in Wigan Timber.
Oh no, they're getting some free publicity, aren't they? And some free scorn. Yeah, that goes in there.
Lovely.
And that goes in there for another fix. What that's done is it's bossed that to that, but then you want to fix to the post as well. So then I could put a couple in that end. Same again at the bottom, put another one in there. Get your screws close by. See that? We can adjust that later when we put it in. It's standing a little bit proud there at the bottom. So that goes in there. Whoa! She's a feisty one! And that's that one side now. The other side's going to be done exactly the same way. And then when it's all perfectly squared up, when you put it into the ground, you rest it on top of the ground first, which I'll show you in a second, and then you measure it corner to corner. You measure it for level once you've banged it in, but before you start banging it in, you measure that corner distance to that corner and that corner distance to that corner is the same, and then you know it is square. Cool. And it will look beautiful. Alright, boys and girls, thanks very much, and thanks very much to John. I won't film you, mate.
You okay, mate?
Well, there they are, look at them. Those are our wonderful neighbours from across the way. So look at their plot, magnificent. Right, nice one, boys and girls. Cheers, lads and lasses. Bye bye. So there's Mini Digger's fort, all completed. That can be his holding pen when he's being naughty. We can put him in there and he can't escape. Obviously not. But that is essentially the bed upside down. And the reason it's upside down is that we use those staves to hammer it into the earth. Now you're as well breaking the earth up a little bit so that it can seat itself properly, which I am going to do. I'm going to use the tiller to break up the earth where this bed's going to be going. It's going to be going into the fruit cage area, or what's going to be the fruit cage area, because as I say, these blueberries, 5 blueberry bushes should live happily in there together. The big one in the middle and the 4 around the sides, and I'll show you that next. So I'll show you us actually squaring it up. Just bear with us a second while I get the tape measure. Yeah, so it's stood up on its little feet now, and we need to measure this corner to corner, which is no mean feat when you're on your own. Those buggers did one, didn't they? Don't blame them. Windy. So okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Do it now. Do it now. Right, what's that saying? That is saying, excusez-moi. Oh God. That is. Oh my God. Sorry, boys and girls. That's saying 69 by my reckoning. And so we'll shimmy him across. Oh. She's a lively one. To there. And if I've done this right, it shouldn't be too far off being 69 corner to corner. Look at that! Woohoo! Right, so in order for it to stay that way, what we need to do now is put our tape measure away for a second or two.